Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to update your 2018 Subaru maps. First thing you're going to want to do is go to subaru-maps.com. That's going to open a page that looks kind of like this. If you've created an account before, just put in your email and password. If not, click this create account button and walk through the steps there. I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my email and my password. And then when you get in here, you may or may not already have vehicles in here. If not, go ahead and click the plus and add your vehicle, put your name, and put the vehicle VIN in there. And then you're gonna wanna save. I'm just gonna cancel because I've already got my vehicles in here. So hit cancel. And you can see I've got an 18 Crosstrek and an Outback. So I'm gonna click updates next and map downloader. Once I click that, I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to hit download for OS X. If you're on Windows, you'll hit download for Windows. And then it will download. Once that's done, you're going to go to wherever that downloaded to. Mine's in my downloads folder. And open that up. And you're going to install the map downloader. So I'm going to double click this, open the installer. If you're on a Mac, you'll follow these steps. Windows will be just a little bit different, but I'll hit that and then decide where I want to save it, hit continue, just kind of walk through these steps. Mostly just hit continue throughout the process here, accept the license agreement, hit continue, and now we're ready to install. So it's going to unpack everything, install it on our computer, and then I'm going to hit run downloader. That's going to pop up my map downloader, and now you're going to sign in here with the email and password that you used on the website that we were just on, the subaru-maps.com. Hit sign in. And you can see my cars are here again, so I'm going to go to updates and then install on USB drive. So you're going to need at least a 16 gigabyte USB drive. When you hit install, it's going to erase everything on there, so you want to make sure it doesn't have any information that you're going to be sad losing. When I hit install, it took quite a while for this map update to download onto my USB drive. You're going to click on your flash drive here and then click start installation. Now we'll go out to the car and I'll show you how to install it on your Subaru. Okay, so I'm in a 2018 Outback. You may be in an Impreza, Crosstrek, Legacy, something like that. But I'm going to take my flash drive, and in the Outback and Legacy, the USB ports are underneath your head unit here. In your Impreza and your Crosstrek, they're going to be in the center console. So I'm going to take my flash drive and let's stick it in. Your car should be running for this. If you're in a garage, you should have the garage door open so that you're not breathing in the fumes. It will warn you about that when we plug this in. So let's start with this. I'll plug it in and we'll walk through the steps. Okay, so when I first plug it in, it's going to authenticate. It says it may take up to 60 minutes. I've never had it take that long. But it does say keep it running, so we're going to hit next. It says make sure that you're not in a garage with the door closed, so I'm outside, so I'm going to hit next. And then it tells you what version you're currently running and the available version. So I'm going to hit install now. It's going to restart the system a few times at the beginning. Leave the car running. So here we're going to restart. May do it 2 or 3 times at the beginning. So there's our first restart. Okay, so once it gets here, you can see there's 9 steps to this update. So it's going to go through, the first few are pretty quick. They'll rotate through fairly quickly. There is one step that takes a longer time, so we'll let this run through and I will come back once we get to that step. Okay, so you can see it's been about 5 minutes since we started. We're at step 4 of 9. Things are going pretty well. Just thought I'd check back in, show you where I'm at, about how long it takes. It's usually around step 8 that I run into some slowness, so I'm going to come back around step 8 and check back in with you then, and we'll talk about what's going on. Okay, so we've reached step 8 here. In my experience, every time I get to 100% of the updated map data, I'm at 78%. So far, all the cars that I've done this update in, we've sat here for about 6 to 10 minutes. The first time I did it, I kind of panicked and I thought, oh, it might be frozen, I'm going to have to replace the head unit, but I just waited it out. It will finish after this, so don't turn your car off, don't unplug the USB, just let it do its thing. It is kind of slow once it gets to this step, but it always has worked for me, so you just got to wait it out at this spot. Okay, so looks like step 8 finished up. It's restarting again. After this, it usually goes pretty quick. It looks like we're to the end, so it's back on. We hit agree. You can hear that we get some radio fuzz, so one thing that this update does is it will erase your FM stations, so you might need to reprogram those now. But if we go to our map, it looks like everything is back the way it should be. You should have updated maps. This is popping back up because I left my USB in, so I'm just going to hit cancel, pull that out, and you should be good to go.